Hey everyone, this is Wade from FishfinderMounts.com, and I've got an exciting thing to talk about today. We have a new product, a brand new product coming out here. It's another fish finder mount, because that's what we are, FishfinderMounts.com. But there's been a lot of customers that I've interacted with for quite some time over the last 6 years that we've been doing what we're doing. And there's these guys that come up out of the woodwork that have a bass hunter, a pelican bass raider, these plastic sealed boats. They have foam cores in them. You can't really cut into them. You can't really. They're made out of polypropylene, so it's hard to glue to them. And these guys are looking for fish finder mounts. They want to put a fish finder in these boats, and we haven't really had a really good solution until now. So I'm going to show you, without further ado, our pole mount here, our pole mounting system. I don't have an exact name for it yet, but it's going to be on our website very soon. This is the first one off the line, the production line. This is production ready now. So this is going to be one of the units that are sold. It's hard anodized, and the pole here, all made out of aluminum, is just fabulous. Super easy to work with. So I'm going to get the camera to come in and see at close angles all the different features. Now, starting with the pole, if we can keep the whole pole in perspective, the whole pole, we're going to show you. Now, the way this works, and the other boats that this is good for example, your platform pontoon boats that have decks on them. Some people might call them party boats. A lot of guys want to have a fish finder on those. And you may not have a little welded bracket in the back of one of your pontoons where typically people would put a transducer. You might be a guy that you want to have your transducer on the bow of the boat for various reasons. You're fishing off the bow, you want to see what's going on down where you are. Not in the back of the boat where you're not, but where you are fishing there. So, right here, we can see, I'm going to move this guy out so you guys can see. This is on the back of a chair. That's all I got right now. It's winter here, and I'm not really interested in going out and getting all wet and rained on here. But this guy here, you loosen this knob, and this can be adjusted up and down, and you can also spin the transducer to whichever detent you want. So if it's on the side of your boat and your boat's going that way, you're going to want the transducer this way. If this is on the transom of your boat, or even the bow of the boat, let's say your deck's here, and you want to have it between the two pontoons underneath there, this is the way you're going to have it. And same thing with your transom. If just pretend this chair was your transom, you would want that to be that face that way. And then vice versa on the other side of the boat, port or starboard, whatever it may be, you would twist this way or that way. And then you just tighten up your star knob here. And if the camera can get a real close look at the star knob here, that's what it looks like. Let's get a look at it against the white door here. Excuse me. So there we have it right there. And so you guys can see, once again, this pole, which is, by the way, it has 30 inches of travel. I'm going to measure that to show you guys that. You can take this guy and lift it up and bring it up and down, and then lock it into whatever position that you want it to be. And that's going to be stuck in there good. You can't twist this if you lock it down really good. It's stuck. And then the next thing is about the angle. Now, if the camera draws its attention back to me again, you may have a transom that is maybe tapered towards or towed in towards the floor of the boat, or like towards where you would be in your boat. So it's not perfectly 90 degrees straight up and down, but it's angled a bit. Some guys have, they have spontoons, which are some guys call them trim tabs. They're like little steps or little sort of like other pontoon structures built on the right and left side of their boat, and there might be issues there, and you need to offset that. Well, you can with our product, this product here. I'm going to show you guys that. You could take this guy, and if your transom was inwards somehow or outwards or whatever, or let's say this clamp, you can see that the camera comes in closely. There's a clamp. This is clamped onto the side of the boat. Pretend this is the side of your boat. So here's the clamp, scuff guards and everything. And we're gonna take this guy off. I'm gonna show you that in a sec too. So this is on the side of your, or the back of your transom of your boat, whatever it may be, and you, for some reason, need to offset the angle somewhat. You can pull this pin right here, and this pin has different positions. We'll just turn the fish finder a little bit here. This guy has different positions, and then it snaps in again. You want a different position, you got various amounts of adjustments that you can do using this pin system that we have. And you can offset your transducer with that like this. So, you know, you have lots of different options to get that perfect angle, you know, that you need for your unique boat situation. Now, to show you, everybody, the length of travel here, let's just put this guy back at 90 degrees again. We'll stick a pin nicely. And that pin, the way it works, if the camera can come close, is you just pull this guy out and you're able to just tilt it, and there's another locking position there, as an example. Pull this guy out, bring it down, and it locks in. Just like that. Really nice, really slick. So we've got that done. Now I'm going to show you, for all you pontoon boat guys that have the metal pontoons, aluminum pontoons, the deck boat, the party boat, whatever you want to call it, this guy here is what I'm going to be recommending to you, all you guys that don't have a transducer bracket welded in the back of your pontoon. So if you ask me, I'm going to refer you likely to this video or future ones that we have when we get out on the water with it in the future. This guy here is about 31 inches to the transducer, you can see here. Maybe even slightly more, 31 and a half to the very top of the transducer mounting position right here. And that might be a wide angle shot for the camera. Okay, so that's the travel that you have. So if you have a, you know, like again, with the pontoon boat, there's a deck and there's the two pontoons. You have, often that pontoon clears the water, or that deck, sorry, above the pontoons, clears the water substantially. So then, in this case, you can drop this guy down fairly low in the water, fairly low from the deck, I should say, because this would be clamped on the deck. And by the way, you can actually tilt this clamp so that it can clamp on like this rather than like this. On the side of a boat, like a standard aluminum boat, on a deck boat, you might want to be clamping on like this, and you can do that. Now, this product will be coming, I'm not sure exactly how we're going to deliver on the web quite yet. I'm going to be doing some brainstorming on that. But the idea is that you can basically decide what kit you want, sort of idea, or we'll have various kits, one of the two. And what I'm saying is that this isn't necessarily a part of this product. You may only need this as a transducer mount. But if you want the entire kit, where let's say you have one of these Pelican Bass Raider boats, Bass, I don't know what they're called, there's different Bassmasters, all sorts of different names for them. I think there's a couple different companies that make the boat. They often have these two captain chairs in them. So if you have a boat like that, you know, this might be a perfect situation for you, because you can clamp this onto the transom. So a lot of times they'll have a transom on both sides of that style of boat, that plastic boat. They're kind of pontooned as well. And you could put a trolling motor there at the front or the back. Well, whatever you choose, you'll have the other one open. You can clamp this right to that and your fish finder would be on it. So this is a nice setup for those types of boats. And there's many other types of boats, but those are the very common ones that I get where this is addressing those circumstances or situations. For a pontoon boat, you probably may not want this aspect of the system, and that's okay. I'm going to show you guys. So just before I go to that point, I'm going to quickly show you, this is our conventional boat mount that we've been selling for years, and it's fantastic. Fantastic setup here. And it comes with a magnetic transducer mount, but this isn't going to be working for the boats I've been explaining to everybody here. And then here's the clamp-on system here. Kind of like what you see over here too, right? However, instead of using this mechanism, the magnetic transducer mount to mount your transducer, this is, by the way, the Lowrance Hook 4X GPS with a bullet transducer, really small transducer. This is the Lowrance Hook 5 TS triple shot with a triple shot transducer on here. Where you can't use this magnetic transducer mount for those certain boats, well, there's this pull system. That's where I'm coming to. And you can kind of see how both systems look. And they're both, in fact, having all the same components, aspects. And in fact, we'll show you quickly that these both have batteries in them. These mounting systems right now as they stand. I'm just going to plug it in. It's all plugged in. The plug's right here, back here, by the way, everybody. This is the plug. And you get all this wiring from us with a kit, so you don't have to open the battery box or anything. And then we can just power up the fish finder. There you go. Same thing with this guy. This guy's already plugged in, by the way. I checked that. If you can see on the back here, the camera can see it. There you can see the two plugs together. And we're just going to power this guy on so you can see that there is indeed power right in these boxes. Now, you're a guy that has maybe your fish finders on you're mounted up near your dash of your pontoon boat or somewhere else. You just don't need the battery. You've already figured the mounting of the control head. That's what they call these typically in the industry. The screen part of it is the control head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that aspect off, because you might be purchasing this on our website because like separate from this part, and we're going to offer it in both ways. In fact, this receives our 10 amp hour battery box. You can see that on our website under home, and then there'll be a drop down. If you hover over the home link, there'll be a drop down box. You'll see product specifications and features. That will go over the sizes of our battery boxes and what batteries are in them and stuff like that. All of our battery boxes will fit on here, even the 10 amp hour, which is our largest one. So I'm just going to take this guy off. We'll turn it off here. Just take this off. I want the camera to come in fairly close, maybe with a wide angle, so we can see the stuff getting done. So I've taken off the T-knob, and this is actually a nice base to be able to transport your fish finder on. Sometimes guys have more than one mount from us, and they'll just move this to and from all those mounts. They don't need another swivel plate. We're going to take our wires out here, our power cable and our transducer cable here. They're press fit this time, whereas in the previous the previous models or series of the Hook series, they've been screw in. Put our fish finder down there. That's okay, and the camera can still focus on that. We'll take this guy apart, and you'll see when you get this product, it will be it will not be assembled like this. You'll have to do some assembly, so this will help you, this video. Just take these 4 screws out. Everything's stainless steel for our hardware, or aluminum, or brass. Or if it's this one here, I think is brass. You know, you can see the brass insert on our T-knob there, so there's no issue with rust. Take this guy apart. There's our lid. We're going to take the battery out. And let's unplug it actually. I'm going to just put it back in. Unplug this. Put it aside. And we're going to take the battery box, as you see it here, off. There's 2 screws in here, you can see. 1/4 20 chamfered, or flat Phillips as they call them. Take those 2 screws out. And there you have your assembly essentially off. Let's see if I can slip it through here. Yeah, I can. And so I wanted to show you guys, the reason why I'm doing this is because we needed to show you, if you're just buying it as, you know, if the camera backs off a little bit, if you're just buying it as a transducer mount, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get this system, and you can see here the pin system here now. You want to kick this right up out of the water maybe. You're just going to blast it, you don't need it in the water. So you decide, okay, well, I'm just going to kick this right out of the water. Let's move this over so we don't have any mishaps. So we're just going to take this guy, and there's a snap here. There, so it snapped right out of the water. Now, I was showing you earlier too that if you're on a pontoon boat, you might not have something that where you want to mount it that's vertical like this, like on a boat wall. like an typical aluminum boat wall, canoe, or what have you. So you might want to be clamping on to your deck, like so, the flat deck, and it'll be like that. So this has that capability to articulate to whatever level or whatever way you want it to be looking. And this opens, by the way, everybody, by I believe it's 2.5 inches. Let's have a quick look at that. If the camera could come close to this detail here. Yes, it is 2.5 inches retracted. Let's do that quickly here. And then you can take these pads off here too to get yourself a bit more reach if you needed to. Oh, sorry, 2 1/8, not even quite, 2 1/16. So about a 2-inch gap, call it, that you've got. Sometimes you guys can, you know, depending on the form factor of your gunwale edge of your boat or whatever, they might be thick, but you can kind of wheedle it on an angle and then slip it over top, like kind of like twist it on, if you will. We also do have extended gunnel clamps that do open wider to, I think it's 3 inches, 3.5 inches, I believe it is. So you can check on our website under accessories for that information, and we'll just crank that guy together. So this is the transducer mounting aspect, and again, showing you guys the travel of the pull. So you have all that up to 31.5 inches is what I think we measured earlier on here in this video. And you have this dial here, the star dial, to lock this guy back into holding position. Just twist that on there nice. That's going to be stuck on there good. And then you have this. It's like a fixed position pin. It's an index pin, really, and you can just take this guy and disengage it, and then just 1 second here. It's kind of hard when it's not. Oh, because I got this knob. You can't have this knob clamped on. That's another thing. Just keep this ready. Like you want to keep it not super tight, because then you can't move this as well. So you just open the pin, get this to where you want it to be. In this case, we'll go back to around the 90-degree detent, and then we'll clamp that guy back together. And there you have the new transducer pole mounting system there from fishfindermounts.com. We truly are making all fish finders portable, everyone, and we would love to help you get your amazing mounting solution for your type of boat. And we've really covered the gamut very well now. There's really nothing that we can't do in terms of the small to even medium-sized fishing vessels. We've got you covered, and we've got awesome products. Fantastic and super innovative, as you can see here. Thanks for watching. Call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing fish finder mounting solution from us today.